Tom Cruise is a well-known figure in Hollywood, and a classic top 10 list just can't do without his biggest ones to exist. From secret scandals to what really goes on with Tom and his Scientology practices, BTS is revealing our top 10 Tom Cruise lies exposed to everyone. I'm your host Michaela, and let's peek beyond the screen. And at number 10, Antisocial Antics. Actor Jim Carrey formally revealed that Tom carries around a particular nickname in the industry. When mentioning the renowned star in his book, Memoirs and Misinformation, Jim stated that Tom was constantly being referred to as Laserjack Lightning within Hollywood. While exposing this, Jim added, "That's just us poking fun at the litigiousness of Hollywood. I know Tom. He may sock me, but hey, I'll take the beating for a piece of art." An unnamed source once claimed to Life and Style that Hollywood may have iced Tom out. Then there's the alleged theory that the actor has stuck with his promise of never speaking with or working alongside those who exposed him. The same source concluded, he doesn't have that many close friends, and he certainly doesn't trust many people. Some say all of his supposed celebrity friendships are phony. Before we break down the rest of today's list, be sure to tap our notification bell for more top 10 celebrity content. And at number 9, hates Rob Lowe. There was a time when the filmmaking actor and podcaster dished about his heated run-in with the Mission Impossible star. Rob formerly recounted the encounter with Tom while they were stationed on a set of The Outsiders. The incident occurred during a fight scene rehearsal when Rob accidentally hit Tom's nose and reportedly set him off. According to media claims, Rob stated he and Tom had to be separated to prevent them from engaging in a genuine physical fight, exclaiming, "The next thing you know, he's ready to kill me." Rob also mentioned how Tom lost his marbles when he discovered they'd be rooming together in New York during their final auditions for The Outsiders. And at number 8, Bossy Regulator. Tom's infamously viral Unprecedented Times rant was supposedly sending the right message but delivered in the worst way possible. Of course, shaming and publicly humiliating people is never okay and serves as an ineffective way to get messages across. Reports even stated compassion works best in response to compliance. However, there was nothing compassionate about the way Tom reportedly berated his Mission Impossible 7 crew about 2020 health protocols, leaked via an audio recording. Said recording emerged capturing the actor explosively shouting at his MI7 crew over their apparent health tiff, exposed by the British news outlet The Sun. While no one knew what sparked the outburst originally, The Sun stated Tom addressed 2 members on set who he believed broke protocols while filming on the outskirts of London. Both Variety and the New York Times cited unnamed sources surrounding the film to confirm the leak's authenticity. In the recording, Tom is overheard screaming that whoever did it again would be effing gone, and to not ever do it again. Tom further appeared to inform the crew via the audio that Hollywood relies on films similar to theirs to keep the industry thriving. And at number 7, lies about lies. Everyone knows, or at least thinks they know, just how deeply Tom's involvement in the whole Scientology stuff is and whatnot. But he'll be the first to debunk these practice theories, despite media evidence possibly working against him. According to Vanity Fair, and frankly just about every other publisher, Tom was using his status in Scientology to find a lifelong partner. But ask Tom or anybody in his inner circle and they'll straight up tell you it's lies. Back in 2012, Tom's representative lawyer, Bert Fields, spoke to ET in response to a then new Vanity Fair article which claimed a low-down Scientology project was crafted as a way to help the star find a partner, calling out the article as being long, boring, and false. The then new VF piece alleged that back in 2004, before Tom's marriage to Katie Holmes, members of Scientology geared up on a top-secret mission led by Shelley Miscavige, wife of Scientology leader David Miscavige, to scout out a girlfriend for Tom, involving an elaborate auditioning process. The article further detailed some rather harsh treatment Nazanin Baniadi allegedly faced after being selected to date Tom between November 2004 to January 2005. Scientology spokespeople denied all claims of the project existing, and both Tom and David declined to be interviewed by the outlet. However, the church did respond to Paul's claims, insisting he and Nazanin were part of a group founded by self-admitted liars who are anti-Scientology and repeatedly sold off stories to top bidders over the years. And at number 6, labor work scheme. Across the last decade or so, a handful of ex-members belonging to the Church of Scientology have spoken out to blame the group for inappropriate misconduct, among several other allegations, and Tom seemingly centered right around the bad press. Back in 2013, a total of 15 Scientologists alleged how Tom took repeated advantage of members while only paying them $1 per hour to complete endless tasks. Reports included their leader ordered them to complete the renovation of his Beverly Hills home back in 2004, to oversee the construction of a large custom motorhome for Cruise within 5 months, and to assist in the process of customization and construction for a reserved limousine for the actor. Former high-ranker Scientologist Amy Scooby once detailed her jobs of locating workers of the church to maintain their positions of nanny, cook, and maid. In at number 5, celebrities avoid him like the plague. According to reports, numerous celebrities allegedly maintain distance from the actor regularly. An unknown insider once claimed that the reason why celebrities keep Tom at arm's length is that whoever gets close to him is encouraged to convert to Scientology. Obviously, this tactic was dubbed as creepy and overall invasive. But apart from the church's recruitments, many others have been open about the tales of Tom's overgrown temper tantrums and overall questionable behavior. Due to this, and probably a bit more, Tom allegedly relocated to London at one point and has remained rather private about his very public life since. A source even backed up these claims by once saying, "Tom's star status is taking a hit. He's definitely at a crossroads in his life." In at number 4, divorce patterns. Throughout his life, Tom has had 3 divorces under his belt, all of which ended in messy headlines and he said she said media games. Reports have described the insane similarities between his former spouses and the way they've all ended too. Allegedly, Tom has a bad habit of allowing history to repeat itself, as there have been reported patterns shadowing the actor from every one of his splits with his ex-wives. From Mimi Rogers to Nicole Kidman and Katie Holmes, many netizens chalk their scenarios up as an odd coincidence that his marriage to them ended at the specific age of 33. However, others noted that 33 is a rather significant number for Tom's Scientology practice. Outside of that theory though, there have been other less wild suggestions for the exposed pattern, which is simply just Tom having a preference for dating women under 33 and sticking to that no matter what. In at number 3, the height debate. Tom has never been one to lie about his height specifically, but it's been detailed that Tom's height has been yet another exposed secret within the industry. A 2020 article published by The Things released a theory which may have proved Tom's height has been one great big fib. It's no shocker that fans are adamant when it comes to speculation about the acting star, and even though Tom's infamous Oprah couch moment is still talked about even today, we've clearly seen a downfall in Tom's personal feelings being announced to the world. As E! Online elaborated, while Tom was cast in one shot, many were unimpressed by Tom landing the role of Jack Reacher. While the character and plotline seemed perfect for Tom as an action-based film, fans of the Lee Child series just weren't happy. And while Tom didn't declare his height then, fans were clearly aware of how tall he is. Tom insisted on Lee Child's approval of him playing Jack as well. But of course, Tom was incredibly irked about fans commenting on the size of his stature. It states online that the actor is 5 feet 7 inches, and going based on that, it seems he's never lied about his height. Though he did also make regular appearances with his 5'9" ex-wife Katie for years with no issues. Not to mention his size never held him back in Hollywood, still worth millions and only adding even more acting credits to his resume within each month. In at number 2, controversial conversations. Tom once seemed to compare acting to combat fighting in Afghanistan. As for a 2013 reported deposition, while entangled in his $50 million lawsuit against Bauer Media, the actor allegedly informed the court that being on location while filming took about as much energy as serving a tour of duty. The opposing team's lawyer brought up Tom's alleged absence from Surrey, which publicly equated his comparison to acting being as taxing as someone fighting in Afghanistan. After Tom was questioned if he was aware of his words, the actor reportedly responded, "Didn't hear Afghanistan, but that's what it feels like, and certainly on this last movie, it was brutal." Naturally, the press was on Tom's tail with the effortless headliner, all while Tom's defense lawyer, Bert, attempted to clear the air about his supposedly exaggerated statements. Bert even slammed people assuming Tom's remarks were harmful too, stating, "The assertions that Tom likened making a movie to being at war is a gross distortion of record." What Tom said, laughingly, was that sometimes that's what it feels like. In at number 1, Worst Father of the Year award. Finally, we have the touchy topic of Tom's fatherhood. On top of being accused of brainwashing his eldest kids, Tom also reportedly abandoned another one too. But before we break down the latter, let's discuss the former a bit more. While Nicole Kidman and Tom were still married, they adopted 2 children named Isabella and Connor. Once they split, it was stated via reports that Tom did his very best to convince the pair they needed to cut their mom out of their lives. Former Scientologist Sam Domingo claimed Isabella and Connor were forced into Scientology school and taken away from their mother. Sam further added how they were brainwashed by growing up Son's choices, and was most notably being used as leverage for the church. While Connor allegedly remained in their care under full-time surveillance supervision, working to become the perfect Scientologist, Isabella starred in promotional videos for the church's London branch and encouraged members to intern as auditors. Isabella also reportedly described how the training was incredible and thanked her dad for everything. Then came the reports of Tom leaving his daughter Suri behind. While Tom wanted absolutely no one to think he just upped and left his youngest daughter out to dry, this is adamantly what several stories claimed over the years. In 2012, Tom filed his Bauer Media lawsuit for the Life and Style and In Touch articles with claims that he turned his back on his daughter. However, he was later forced to admit in his deposition the next year that he had abandoned Suri for an extended time due to work. A source added to this by claiming Tom's connection to Scientology and its disconnection policy was involved in the process. Of course, this should all be taken with a grain of salt, as a lot of tabloids will claim whatever. There's also the fact that Tom hasn't ever really seen a hit in his active working streak within history still, and all the hate towards him never once stopped his money-making success at the end of the day. Thanks for tuning in, BTS out!